Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 14 of Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Reich. We are just trying to clear up a few of these little pockets of resistance that were left behind after France capitulated. We have mainly got all of the allies out of Europe with the exception of a few random little units that belong to the British that keep trying to sneak in that we will deal with as and when we come to them. Portugal still remaining neutral in this war. What I plan to do now is to take my panzers, I'm going to move them down to Mercia, and we are going to move the whole division over here to Italy. In fact, what we're going to do, just to make life a little bit easier, we'll just give them a front line here in Africa, and then they will move down automatically, and we shouldn't have to worry too much about babysitting them. I'm not going to bother moving down with the home defense. What I probably will do with these guys is get them to garrison, possibly along the coast here, because this is where the United Kingdom seem to like dumping their troops constantly. This port is still constantly getting attacked, which is a little bit annoying. I could use one of my other ports, but we are trying to sort of gain some control over... and what I could do really is send the panzers into Britain. Because I very much doubt Britain have all that many troops up there. But before I risk losing the panzers, I'd sooner risk losing some sort of cheaper units. So we could possibly try and risk losing the training units. You guys do need to move in though and clear this up, because you're not actually doing anything at the moment. You guys are trying to move in, you're just not getting an awful lot done. How did that combat go over here? Have we finished with that? We have indeed. So who are the yellows? The yellow guys are the Western Front. See, naval landings are very, very tricky because there's a limit to the amount that you can do. But let's get you guys over here to... what do you mean we're not allowed to retreat here? We're not actually in combat, are we? No, we just want these ones, but we only want the yellow ones. There we go. So you guys get up to Rotterdam. Where are the rest of the yellow ones then? Do I have some more somewhere else that I'm unaware of? Oh, you guys are the yellow ones as well. Well, you guys are really out of position then. Well, that's fine. They're going to win that battle anyway. Well, I'll take it back then. Let's... Italy lays claim on Greek territory. That's fine. The U-boat effort is done. Let's get all of the yellow guys down to there. Okay, that's fine. So, we have 3 military factories. Well, we don't really. We just have a load that have been absolutely bombed to crap by Great Britain. Which is problematic. So, what we really need to be doing now is concentrating on getting some anti-air or getting air superiority. So, I can't really do anything about that. 3 research slots available. In fact, we have 2 to choose from. We're still a little bit ahead of time there. Do we want to go for Tigers? We're a little bit ahead of time on Tigers. So we probably want to go for... Well, we've got the research bonus on Panzers. It's only 50 days. So let's go and work on the Panzers. Another research slot is available. We need to work on planes as well. We haven't really done an awful lot here. Let's go for fighters and start working on better fighters. We've got no national focus set now. So we finished the U-boat effort. We can go for trade interdiction. So let's go and work on that. One thing I did forget to do as well, which I've just remembered, is we forgot to upgrade our submarines to the better submarines. This one's almost finished, so we'll allow it to continue and build one more. We will then... Yeah, we'll keep the destroyers going. But what we'll do is we'll add another ship. We want the... submarine type 3, and what we'll do is we'll create a variant. We'll give it some more stealth. What have we got to spend? 170? We'll give it some more torpedoes and a better engine. It's 175, can't quite do it. That'll do. So you're going to be our new ship. Is it the A? Because it says type 3. Yeah, it's that one. So you're going to go on the list. You're going to have all of those assigned, and we'll move you up the queue. No, not right to the top. So as soon as the current submarine is finished, it should move on to doing submarines 3. That's fine. We do definitely need to start getting some of these military factories repaired. There's a lot of them that are very, very damaged. Repairing factories should probably be a priority because I believe that repairs happen faster than building. So repairing your existing ones is better than building new ones. So let's go ahead and make sure all of those are done. Haven't quite added all of them to the top. We'll put another military factory up there as well, but we will get them all sort of worked on. Hopefully. Oh, the game feels like it's frozen up for me all of a sudden. Nope, hope it didn't crash. And again, they're still continuing to repeatedly strike this port, which is a real pain. They didn't really get anything. They didn't accomplish anything there. Although we have no navy. So, yeah, that's maybe something I should have been keeping an eye on. So, where do we want to build our new navy? Rostock? Rostock. So, didn't do very well with my navy there, did I? So, you are going to go to Japan demands French Indochina. Okay. We want Rostock. Why can't we go to Rostock? It's because it's Mecklenburg. I see. It's the actual name of the state, not the name of the province. Fine. That's what threw me out. Okay, so that was a little bit unfortunate there then. So we literally lost our entire navy, which isn't great. That means getting a naval landing is going to be problematic. The People's Republic of China has capitulated. We still haven't managed to push in down here yet. We've got the first reserves. You guys are going to garrison these areas up here. And you guys are all going to attack in there. As are you guys. They have a lot of divisions that they've just sort of thrown in there. So Great Britain are going to be trying like mad to land lots of additional troops. In fact, they have actually managed to get some troops into the middle of the assassination of Leon Trotsky. Leon Trotsky, once a top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, died today in a Mexico City hospital. He was attacked at his home with an ice axe by a Spanish national believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. After a failed power struggle with Joseph Stalin and his allies for control over the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Trotsky spent the 30s in exile, living in Turkey, France and Norway before finally settling in Mexico. He remained a constant critic of Stalin and the degenerated worker state of the Soviet Union. Barbaric. Okay, so what we need to do is deal with these guys up here. We still have these sort of these units. You are very much going to go in and help with that combat there. How are things going down here with the Panzer Division? We want to set you up with a front line across there. And you're very, very quickly going to go in and deal with that lot. This is going to make it really, really difficult to go in and try and take out Great Britain now. What we could probably do with is getting ourselves paratroopers might be the way to go. See, Sweden do still exist. They still own Gotland down there, but they're not really going to pose too much of a problem. But we definitely need to start building up a navy now because we are in a pretty bad position. Of course, this army's now sort of building up quite nicely. This was supposed to be my suppression army. There's only one unit there that is a suppression unit. So what I'm going to do is reselect everybody else that's in this unit. Even though there are some panzers in there, you're going to actually go into the training division. And we will get you all to move. You can all go in and move over there to attack, actually. Let's get that dealt with as quickly as possible. We'll deal with that before they have a chance to finish it. Now, I would like to try and get some of these units in. The problem with doing that is actually having a naval assault work over here is unlikely to happen. We don't have any paratroopers. Expeditionary force. No, we don't want any of that. I mean, we could try a naval landing. We could very much try a naval landing. The chances are we would just get absolutely wrecked. So let's see if it's possible. Click one of the highlighted provinces to set the source. Right-click the desired coast provinces. Now, I think there's a limit to the number that we can send. Yeah, naval invasion capacity plus 40. So we want landing craft before we do that, really. We're still ahead of time, actually, for that. Let's go and work on... well, we do have paratroopers. Let's work on marines, simply because we don't have them yet. We can modify our government. We could get a theorist. Rocket research time, nukes, army experience gain, and cheaper mobile warfare doctrine. Well, that could be useful. Battlefield support, ground attack. We'll probably want to go for the mobile war. Oh, we can't quite afford that one. That's 250. I think we'll save up for that, actually. That could be quite useful for us, so we'll wait on that one. Now, we don't have the capacity to send the entire this entire army over in one go, so we'll wait. We definitely want to have a little bit of a navy first, because we want to be able to sort of protect those guys that we're going to send over. We have managed to win that battle down there, which is nice. Looks like we are getting rid of all of the units that were around here. So what we need to do now is take our Panzer Division, give you a new front line, and you're going to go down here. That is a much longer front line than needs to be. So we're going to hit pause very quickly. Naval invasions in northern France. Yeah, you can try that, but it's probably not going to work. So let's get back down here. We want to delete this front line, and we want to set one manually. So we are going to right click and set it to, I'm going to say there. I think that is a more reasonable front line to try and use. And then what we'll do is we will set ourselves an attack order, an offensive line, and we will just sort of cut across there and make that territory smaller. A lot of these provinces are really, really big, so it's technically a much smaller area, a much smaller number of provinces than it actually appears to be. Rommel here is doing fantastic. He's got Trickster, he's got Panzer Leader, he's got Ranger, Engineer, Mountaineer, Winter Specialist. He's currently working on Urban Assault, Commando, Hill Fighter. He is going to be one nasty general. As soon as all of these tanks are in position, in fact, I think we can go now. He's strong enough to get that done. We do have low supply down here, which is our only issue, but we knew that that would be an issue. It was always evident that that was going to be a thing. So we're all actually starting to work now on our navy. It's not going to be a very, very good navy, but maybe it will last long enough for us to be able to get some units across the channel, which is kind of what we want to go for. In fact, we'll probably want to go from Calais. So I might get these guys to just go and all sit in Calais, and we'll send the French front are going to be the we'll call them the British. I can't even spell British. I'm going to call them the British front, and we'll try and do a naval invasion once we've got the landing craft. I don't fancy trying to do it with normal. What is it you have before landing craft? It's just transport ships, yeah, because there's a limit. Transport ships only allow you to send 10 units across at a time, and if you send across a landing craft, you can send 40. You also, it's quicker to get across there as well. Time to reach 35 days, and if you use advanced landing craft, that's time to research. Yeah, time to research 34 days, and if we go for the top one, gives us better invasion speed and allows for a much bigger invasion. But I think we should be able to do it. As long as we can just sort of keep their navy busy, we might be able to sneak across there. New tanks have done. What we might do is... Do we want to start working on the Tiger yet? It's a little bit early. We're already working on Doctrine. Let's go for... Guessing we still can't get that yet. No, still ahead of time. Dang it. Let's go for the paratroopers then. Need to make sure we get up to... I keep my eye on the political power so I can see when it gets up to 250. There are a few units sort of getting in over here, which we need to go and deal with. So we'll work on that. So you do need to keep your eye on them, because they will constantly attempt naval landings. But we are going to try and push them out of Africa. So that will be a good thing. See, there are still a few French ships around as well. France does still technically exist, because they own... no, Cagliari... The United States own Cagliari. I thought that was France. Obviously, they've got their territories down here in Africa anyway, so... They just don't have an awful lot in the way of ports. Let's get you guys down here to sort of deal with these. So we've got sort of troops spread out all over the place at the moment. You guys are the loners. You can probably garrison these areas here. Support weapons are done. Fantastic. Still not into the next year yet. Would be nice to get the better weapons. Well, we've got a research bonus on this, so let's just go and work on that. It's constantly telling me that I'm going to be navally invaded, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. That's just like some units that have been sent to us, so I don't think we have to worry about those. Nothing going up here in Scandinavia, so I'm not particularly worried about that. We do want to try and get these guys out of here. And get rid of those. You see, light tanks may not scale, but they are absolutely fantastic when it comes to just moving fast and getting stuff done. So we want to get this little area cleared up here. As soon as we can get rid of that American unit. We don't know how many units are there. And then we'll continue to work our way south. So what we'll do is we will draw another offensive line. Let's say we want to go down to about here. Japan has declared war on the Netherlands. Wasn't sure the Netherlands was still around. The Japanese army embraces Nanshin-ron. The armed forces of Japan have long acknowledged that Japan does not possess the natural resources needed for a prolonged war effort. With rising tensions and outbreaks of armed conflict involving the world's major powers, the threat of loss of import seems greater by the day. To counter this, Japanese strategists have come up with a strategic plan to seize Western colonies in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. These resource-rich regions will fuel the Japanese war machine and allow it to continue more or less unhindered, as long as the colonial powers in the United States can be kept at bay. And we've got trade interdiction done as well. Fantastical. So we don't really want to go for any of these. Alliance with Spain. We've already technically got an alliance with Spain. So we're not really going to be using much of the stuff over here. I guess we could go for that. So let's work on it. So we'll probably try and get some nukes at some point in this campaign and see how that works out for us. Japan has called Italy into the German-Polish war. That's fine. So they've all been merged into one now, have they? No, there's still the Japanese-Chinese war going on. China are obviously still around. Italian-German Technology Treaty. Italy suggests an exchange of technology and ideas that will bring our nations closer and make us much stronger. So, research bonus for mountain infantry and 2 for naval doctrine. Sure, let's go ahead and do that then. So we will work on that. We're still not quite at 250 to modify the government in the way we want to. We still want... Oh, what's this? Call to arms request from Japan. Japan wants our help in their war effort with the Allies. Well, I thought we were already in that war anyway, so we'll go ahead and say yes. So all 24 Panzer divisions should now be on this line. They're all going to try and move into here first. Why are there random British units stuck there? Panzers, get moved in. Don't wait for the go ahead from me. You guys are actually going to get stuff done. Looks like again, still got some units trying to sneak in over here. They are surrounded though, so yeah, they weren't going to last long. Some more South African units trying to get in over there as well. Just garrisoning units on the coast is often the best way to deal with those. Japan's managed to fully annex China and take 27 states from them. Nice. China has capitulated. Hirohito has announced the cowardly Chinese nation could no longer blah blah blah. Same copy and paste article we see every single time anyone capitulates. So that is fine. In the meantime, we're not really that involved in combat. We've got a lot of factories that are out of commission at the moment. But we're still getting a lot of stuff done. We're doing very, very well on support equipment. So I think I'm going to take some of these factories off of support equipment. I'm going to take some of them off of artillery as well. We definitely want to work on some more planes. How many factories do we have remaining? We've got a few. So we'll start working on some planes. We're also short of resources now. We are short of... Wow, we've got a lot of steel all of a sudden. Are we importing steel? We don't... No, we still need some. So we'll get some from the Soviets. Landing craft's done. We need rubber. So we can get that from Siam, maybe? No, we're getting all we can from Siam. Brazil, we're getting all we are. Soviet Union. Japan might give us some. There we go. Get a bit of oil from you. No, it was rubber. We need oil. We can get that from the Soviet Union. No, we cannot. Venezuela might give me some. There we go. Okay, fine. 3 military factories. I know, I was kind of working on it. So let's pause the game while we do this. Short on steel as well now with the look of things. So we've still got some factories free. We do want to upgrade our tanks. Well, we don't want to... I think we'll keep making the light tanks for now. We will probably... yeah, we'll just have a new line going. So we want to build armoured vehicles. And we want the... do we want that or should we just wait? Because we can actually... where are we? We can't get that yet. We can't get that yet. If we go and look at the tanks... No, okay, we're still a bit ahead of time on both of those. So I'm not sure if I want to start working on panzers. I guess we can. There's no downside to doing it, really. What do we want to research? Let's get some naval doctrine, maybe, because we haven't worked on naval doctrine at all. We've got trade interdiction. Convoy interdiction, raider patrols. Floating fortress, capital ship raiders. Yeah, we'll go down this route. So yeah, we're still short of steel, which is annoying. Get some of that from the Soviets. And still got some free military factories apparently. That's because I never got around to building those panzers, which we can actually create a variant of, which we might really want to do. Just really sort of beef it all up where we can. A little bit over the top, but yeah, let's get those. So it's the Panzer A. We'll put a load of factories on you, and we will start moving you up through the list. I really do wish there was a better way to sort this list than trying to do it this way. That's going to take literally all of our... Yeah, we can take some of them away from the light tanks. We don't need to be producing quite as many of the light tanks now, I don't think. We do need a lot of tungsten, though. Tungsten, tungsten, tungsten. Steel we still need more of. We can get some of that from Italy. Tungsten. Portugal, you'll give us some. Obviously we don't have a template for those units yet, which is fine. We'll probably go ahead and make one. Don't have a lot of army experience at the moment, so we'll just allow them to continue to build up. Still says we have 3 military factories. Well, obviously we don't, because some of these ones are still destroyed because they've been bombed. Unfulfilled import requests. No, I think we're fine. So yeah, we've still got those 3 military factories. Construction, we are working on repairing buildings. We definitely need to get more planes because we need to get some better air support over here. Where are all of our planes? A lot of them are over here. What are you guys doing? These are tactical bombers. We don't really need the tactical bombers. This region needs to have fighters. So let's move you over here, and you guys are going on to air superiority. So that should hopefully protect us from being bombed a little bit. So we'll work on that. So we could try and get some paratroopers and land that way, but I think we might be able to actually get in via sea. But that is something that we will try on another video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Hearts of Iron 4. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, goodbye for now.